I will always look to entertain more people. I mean, that's what we are as a platform. But last year, Xbox had its biggest year ever, right? 55 million Xboxes out there now globally, 35 million live customers, 10 million connects. A very good year for us. Next year, we look to be the #1 console worldwide, not just in North America, but worldwide. And Brazil is a very important market for us. I mean, the growth of the Brazil market in general, right? Brazil is shooting up the ranks in terms of its global economic power and importance. And we recognize that. And this is why we want to make sure live and content and our Xbox is available and something that's very relevant for the Brazilian customers. Brazil is not so small. You might be able to use that in the past, but Brazil, if you look, is a very big market in the world. And as we look at areas where we want to make sure our entertainment experiences are available, Brazil is a very strategic market for us. Xbox has had a lot of success there. I think the customers and the consumers have shown that they enjoy the products that we put out, and we want to continue to invest and support in the customers in Brazil. Now, things like voice, things like TV, live TV, this is about partnerships. We are working to, we actually are putting an application on Xbox this fall that will allow consumers to help us create a voice dictionary of Brazilian Portuguese language people can speak, and help us build the dictionary in the cloud so that we can turn on more languages more quickly. Because in voice, it turns out that the problem is around collecting people saying words so that you can get a more perfect voice recognition system. But live TV will be important. We are committed to making sure that Xbox and Xbox Live are a global entertainment product for everyone. First of all, obviously I'm first party games. So what Call of Duty does, or what Medal of Honor, or I'll say Battlefield or other games, aren't something that I control. But we do want to show with our biggest franchises that the Brazilian market's important, and making sure that the localized content is available. I know that even something like Connect Sports, Volume 2, when we went out to say what sports should we pick, we did specific work in Connect Sports 1 as well, and we researched in different regions that were important to say what sports do people care about. And Brazil helps us because we care about the market there. They help us in what they vote to say, hey, here's the sports that I am interested in. Or obviously in Sports 1, we had things like football, but areas like volleyball showed up, and we think about Sports 2 and tennis and things. These are things that people in Brazil said were important to them, and we want to make sure that our products not only are localized, but also we're picking content that is relevant to those consumers. So when we look at our markets globally, and we rank them in terms of growth potential and importance today, Brazil is a market for us that's coming right to the top with our other top tier markets. And I'm not saying that just because I'm here with my friends from Brazil, but it is true. The economic power of your country is on the rise. There are obviously millions of people in Brazil. There's a strong consumer base in Brazil, and the dollars into localization and features will follow the consumer demand, and that you see it feeding on itself now. So yes, Brazil should expect that they will see more products localized for them, and more products that are built with the consumer, the Brazilian consumer in mind, because that is the power that your country is demanding now. We had 3 key messages we wanted to get out at the press briefing and at this year's E3. First one was that Xbox is the home for the biggest blockbusters. And I think when you looked at our lineup at E3, opening with Call of Duty, I thought Call of Duty looked incredible, as always. Gears of War, which will be the biggest console exclusive on any console this year. I think the game is really coming along, a game that's close to me as a first party. Forza Motorsport 4. announcing both Halo Anniversary and starting a new trilogy with Halo 4, it's clear that Xbox is the home for the world's biggest blockbusters. We had a great launch of Kinect last year, and we were able to stand on stage and show the next wave of Kinect innovation coming. We saw great new franchises, Disneyland, Star Wars, Sesame Street, but we also saw so many people, millions of people, buy our hits when it launched, of like Dance Central, Kinect Sports. So it's also nice to see the next iteration of those big franchises. We sold over 3 million units of Kinect Sports in the short time that it's been out. It's a huge success for us, and it's great to see. And Dance Central is right there with it. So seeing those new games come, and also one thing I really liked was the Kinect Fun Labs, which was our internal studios taking some of their experiments and wanting to share them with the community, and also unlock for the community, the indie developer community, to let them showcase experiments that they're working on with the Xbox fan base. We turned that on the day of our live press briefing, and people are already playing and experiencing what's going on with Kinect Fun Labs, which is great. I would say it's more of a showcase. So the way I think about it, somebody who helped set it up, so we've watched on Windows and the PC all of this new innovation that's happened around Kinect. Right? People have done some incredible things with Kinect. And we were sitting and thinking about how come our Xbox customers don't get to see any of this unless they go to YouTube or other places and search for it. It doesn't show up to them. We said, well, can we create a space in Xbox itself where these new innovations come to them, and people can just surf around and find new apps and download them and play around with them, to say, oh, I didn't know Kinect could do that. But also the developers can share and learn from one another. So with 3 we showed on stage were things that we built, but I think over the next few months it will become a majority of things that the community builds. And for us, we will share the code of the Kinect Lab applications that we've built, so that other developers can take the finger tracking or the person scanning or the object scanning and build new things and incorporate those into games and create new experiences. But I think it'll be great. It's nice to see the platform continue to evolve. As a gamer, which I am, I think there's never been a better time to be a gamer. I'm playing great games on my phone. I have amazing experiences on my TV. I'm playing mainly on Xbox 360, but I mean, there's just great experiences happening on my TV. I see Windows and the advent of the indie gaming community as well as social gaming really just go huge on, and it's one of the reasons I love bringing Minecraft to Xbox, right? It's a great example of something that's just created millions of customers by itself on PC. And right now I think about the number of places I can play games as a customer, and the diversity and creativity that's out there in the marketplace is just inspiring. Nice that we're focused on is live, because we believe that as you have games on all of these different devices and services, you want to play with your friends. You want to be connected. I want to get achievements wherever I play games. I want to be able to play with each other or against each other wherever I go. I want to know what my friends are doing, if they beat me on a leaderboard, so I think that connective service across all those screens is actually really important to the future. But the amount of innovation that I see across all of these different screens, including the work that Nintendo does, I think, and I played a little bit with their Wii U yesterday. It was fun. You know, they're a company that has a long tradition of doing great work in gaming and being very innovative, and it's I'm always inspired when they do new work. So it was great to see. Actually, one of the strengths of the partnership with Nokia, if you look at where Nokia has had success, a lot of their success is outside of North America, which for us is great, because I think Microsoft is a more of a North American brand, where we come from. So to partner with somebody like Nokia that can help us grow market share outside of North America and inside of North America, I think is a great strength. I love having my avatar on my phone. I love getting achievements. So that should be a good unlock in the future for Brazil.